Oof, I am going through a spell right now. Yeah, I think I had a bad reaction to my eyebrow wax. Look at that. Hi everyone, I'm Heba and welcome back. Today I'd like to talk to you about some eyeshadows that I recently picked up. They are by Sydney Grace. I picked up a palette, some single shadows, and a few cream shadows. Mary from Glitzy Fritzy, Marlene from Fab and Glam Over 50, Michelle from Cinnamon Girl Beauty, and Demetria from Breakups to Makeup. They all mentioned this brand on their channel, and I wanted to see what it was about because what they were showing were just beautiful shades, beautiful pigmentation, great price, and the looks that they created were just beautiful. So I wanted to play with these shadows myself, so I picked up quite a bit. I recently did a couple of eyeshadow declutter videos, and I'll link those down below. So I pretty much made room for new shadows. And I'll also show you 5 different looks that I created using these shadows. First, let's talk about this eyeshadow palette, Autumn's Rain. It comes in a nice cardboard casing with a magnetic closure, and when you open it up, it has a mirror. And what I like about it is that it does flip back, so it's easier to hold. This palette costs $52, and you get a combination of mattes, metallics, and shimmers. And the color scheme in this palette is just beautiful. When you get this palette, it comes separately, meaning that the shadows are not inside the palette. You get the casing, the cardboard casing by itself, and then the shadows come in a box and they are individually wrapped. And then you just stick the shadows in the pan. It has a magnetized back and all is good. Now I will say this, the first look that I did break a shadow. It was my fault because I didn't stick the shadow all the way in, and you'll see that in the first look. It was kind of sad, but one thing about Sydney Grace, I should say, that they have a great customer service. I emailed them and told them what happened, that I accidentally broke it, and because it's in this palette, they don't sell these shades separately. So I asked if they can sell it separately and I'll be willing to pay for it. And she replied back, no worries, we can send you one, just pay for shipping. So I thought instead of paying shipping for just one eyeshadow, I asked if I could just place another order and just include that single shadow in that order. She said, sure. So I bought more shadows and I'll show that to you later in this video. But they have great customer service. I wasn't charged for this shadow. It was Moonlight Kingdom, this shade right here that broke, and you'll see that in the video. And as you can see, this one is the new one. The old one, I'm afraid to touch it because it's all broken in pieces and everything will be falling out and it'll just be a mess. So that was wonderful that they were able to do that. So now I have a complete palette again. I know I've been having bad luck with eyeshadows falling out of their palettes, but this one had a good and happy ending. You know what else I love about this palette? Is the names of these shadows. You have Queen of the North, which is this one right here. Brilliant Realm, which is this one right here. Wondrous Night, K-N-I-G-H-T, you know, like knight in shining armor. Golden Scepter. I mean, these names kind of remind me of Game of Thrones. We are big Game of Thrones fans. I don't know if you are, but the first thing I noticed when I read these names is Game of Thrones. And I cannot wait till it comes back on. So yeah, I really do like the names. It kind of reminds me of that. When I picked up the palette Autumn's Rain, I picked up a few single shadows. Okay, maybe more than a few. Some mattes and metallics, and these cost $5 for mattes and $6 for metallics, each single shade. That's not a bad price because the pigmentation is there, the quality is there, and she does have a great color selection. And I use these shadows in some of my looks. And let me swatch a couple of the ones that I didn't use, like this beautiful orangey one right here. Let's see. I mean, boom. Look at that. Oh, that is so beautiful. I believe this is Mary's favorite shade right here, Red Chameleon. I mean, that's just a oh my goodness. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Let me swatch this one here, Commission. Oh, beautiful, beautiful bronze shade. Look at that. So when I emailed them about that broken shadow and I placed another order, the things that I did buy are 2 more cream eyeshadows in Campfire and Cliff Jumping. And also, I wouldn't say that this is a palette, but they sell it as a bundle. I believe you can buy these shades separately, but this one came in a bundle and it's called Fall Harvest. So it's got the fall shades in here. Let me swatch this matte shade right here, Harvest. And these shadows, they're very smooth, very buttery, very pigmented. I mean, boom, look at that. Those are some nice shadows. And also in that haul, I picked up some cream shadows. These cost $8, and the shades that I picked up were Starry Night, The Deep Love, and I Don't Know. Now, of the two new cream eyeshadows that I did pick up, one of them is kind of similar to the first three that I bought. The new one, Campfire, is on the left and I Don't Know is on the right. And as you can see, they're both similar, but Campfire does have a little bit more of a mauve-y tone to it, whereas I Don't Know is more bronzy. So that's my mistake that I picked up two shades that are similar, but even though they are similar, they are quite different. These cream eyeshadows are very pigmented, they dry down very quickly, so you need to do one eye at a time, but they last all day and they don't transfer. Alright, let me show you the 5 looks that I created with these shadows, and the last one will be this one that I'm wearing right now, and I'll see you on the other side. Prime my eyes with the Revlon eyeshadow primer, and I'm going to set it with this shade right here, Queen of the North. Okay, do not tap your brush on the palette because the shadows will fall and break. Oh, crapola. This shade did not break, but Moonlight Kingdom broke. Crap. Okay, make sure that the shadow pans are securely in the palette. Crap, it broke. Look at that. All right, let's try this again. Wipe away the grease and carefully put my brush in the palette and tap it off somewhere else. I kid you not, I am having the worst luck with shadows falling out of the palette. Alright, going in with the Tom Ford number 13 brush, I'm going to go in with this shade Palace, this corally peachy shade. Alright, that is very nice, very pigmented. Going in with the Wayne Goss number 16, I'm going to go in with this matte brown right here, Nature's Crown. Okay, going in with the first brush and blending it out. Going with the Sigma E45, a little bit tapered, and I'm going to go in with this darker brown shade, Golden Wheat, right here. And place this one in my crease. Very nice. Taking the Tom Ford and going back in with the first shade I used and just kind of blending it all out. Wow, that looks very pretty. I'm going to use this beautiful green shade here, Fallen Splendor, and place that one on my lid. That's just a beautiful muted green. So I'm going to use a dry brush, a flat shader brush first to see how that applies. I do have to say that applied very nicely. Next, I'm going to try to use my finger just to see the difference. Yeah, I think I like applying it with my finger better. Going back with this shade right here, Golden Wheat, and just blend it out. I'm going to try to pop this gold shade in the inner corner of my eye. Golden Scepter. Just for fun, let me go in with the shade that I broke, Moonlight Kingdom, and just put that on the outer corner of my eye. Alright, I think that is all the colors that I'm going to use. And you know, I don't see any fallout on my cheeks, which is really nice. Really nice. But anywho, let me finish my makeup and I'll be right back. Alright, here's the finished look. Really pretty. I like this green. I like this green. I like the blendability. I like the pigmentation of it. Yeah, this is a nice look. Let me come up close so you can see it. Yeah, it blended out very nice. Look at that. It's very pretty. Yeah, this is a pretty look, and I will continue to play with this palette and see what other looks I can come up with. Now let me show you how I came up with a look using a cream eyeshadow, I Don't Know. Putting a small dot in the back of my hand, I used my finger and put it on my eyelids, and I didn't have any primer or any powder on my lids. This is just going to be a one look and go. And then getting a blending brush and just blending out the edges in my crease. And just dabbing a little bit more in the center of my eye just to give it a little bit more pop. And using a flat shader brush, I place the product on the other eye. Also using the blending brush just to kind of blend out the edges and the crease. And here's the finished look, just very simple, one eye color and go. Now I will say this about the cream eyeshadows, they are very metallic. I have texture on my eyelids, so it does kind of emphasize my texture. But I just blended it all out, put the rest of my makeup on, and it looked pretty good. Now let me show you a few more other looks. Already primed and set my eyes with the Benefit Stay Don't Stray eyeshadow primer, and I set it with Queen of the North. First, going in with the shade Fairy Tale, I'm using that as my transition shade. Using the same brush, I went into Thankful and put that in my crease. Then with the smaller brush, I went into the shade Gulf Coast and placed that in the outer corner of my eye and also dragged a little bit in the crease. Then going into this beautiful purple metallic shade Deliverer and used my finger and placed that in the center of my lid. Then using the shade Golden Rose, I'm going to pop that in the inner corner of my eye. Then I wanted to try this duochrome Maids of Milking and just pop that all over my lid and see how that would look. Then I went in with Midnight just to kind of smoke it out a little bit. Let me try the black shade. Then went in with the first brush and just blended it all out. Let me go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup on and see how this looks. I like the purple. I like the purple too. And just went with a peachy nude lip. I didn't want it to be too overbearing, too much on my face because I think I went a little too crazy on the blush too. But, you know, it's all good. I could just go and put some powder and just kind of muted it out a little bit. But I do like this purple. Then I did a look using only two shadows. Started out with Peanut Butter. And pretty much put that in my crease and on my lid. Then using a flat shader brush, I just placed a little bit more on my lid. Using a flat shader brush, I went into Arabian Nights, like that name, and placed that all over my lid. And here is the finished look. Very simple for every day. And now let me show you how I came up with the look I'm wearing now. Going in with this shade first, Palace, placing that in my crease. Then used Berry Fizz and placed that in the outer corner and just kind of drag it in the crease. Using Acorn, I placed that one in the outer corner of my eye. Using this beautiful shade, Queen of Hearts, I used my finger and placed that in the center of my lids. Using another beautiful shade, Blush, and placing that in the inner corner of my eyes. And then blend everything back out. And smoked it out some more with Acorn. And that is how I came up with this look. These are wonderful shadows. I really do like the pigmentation, like the quality, like the cost, and the customer service. I can make several looks with these shadows, from an everyday no makeup look to the smoky eye date night look. With the singles, with the palette, with the cream shadows, these are wonderful, wonderful quality. Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching this video about the Sydney Gray shadows. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this. And you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.